It's a Thursday morning and you're welcome to this edition of the Market Review where we bring you developments in the financial and capital market as relates to the economy. Today is December 3rd, 2020. The year is beginning to wind down and of course, I guess you're preparing as the year begins to close. We will be looking at the commodities market. That's one of the layers of the market that we continue to cover on Thursday. Our discussion today is around how effective collaboration among stakeholders can boost Nigeria's commodities trading system. Our outline today will be discussing the FDC analysis on commodities market soaring prices, the FX recent launch of the Fair Trade ETC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission of Nigeria calling for that collaboration in the commodities ecosystem. First, we begin with the FDC analysis that said that after years of an all talk and no result, the Lagos-Ibadan Railway Service is scheduled to commence operations on December 7th. That's next week, Monday. This service, even though skeletal, will have major implications on costs. That's logistics and distribution, inflation, commodity prices, real estate values, and rents, both in Lagos and Ogun states in the near term. Looking forward to that because it's been a long time waiting for this development and how it's going to transform the whole agro and commodities value chain. Also from the FDC, OPEC Plus deferred their meeting till December 3rd, and that's today, as the three price leaders, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, had loggerheads on whether to delay or reinstate output cuts. So if you're following the developments in the commodities market, today's OPEC Plus rescheduled meeting is very important to see if we're going to have a common ground, an agreement between three of the major players in the OPEC Plus space, Russia, and of course, including United Arab Emirates. So let's see what happens if they reach an agreement. Irrespective of what happens, Brent could hover around $44 to $45 per barrel, which is still positive for Nigeria's export earnings and also something to look at the current budget alignments in terms of the benchmarks. What are the burning economic issues that FDC have highlighted concerning the commodities market today? First is that the Brent has been down by 1.22% to $47.59 per barrel ahead of the OPEC meeting today on output cuts. The Naira has fallen sharply to 290 Naira to $1, and the import in investors and exporters FX window, and also the 500 Naira to $1 pearl markets rates is beginning to bite hard and people are really concerned about it. The Central Bank of Nigeria has assured others that it is continuing to take seriously the move to unified exchange rates and a more liberalized, predictable market. The International Monetary Fund has been at the forefront of calling for these unified exchange rates, which they believe will help a lot in the Nigerian financial and economic space. Also in the economic highlights, World Bank has provided 20% to finance retail cost of Nigeria's solar power home system. As you know, that with World Bank support, the federal government is planning to roll out the solar power home system to support Nigerian households and businesses. Cocoa prices have been up by 10% to 1.1 million naira in Oyo State, steady in Edo and Osun State at 1 million naira. So, I mean, it's really coming up at a very huge rate. In terms of the outlook for oil prices, Brent is designed by FDC's analysis to trade between $48 to $50 per barrel. That's not really bad, too bad for Nigeria, though we still need to have that very good window for our revenue. And why is that? It's due to the distribution of vaccines in the US and recovery in global energy demand by 2021. So much projections of optimism from international financial institutions that by end of 2021, we'll see a recovery from the current negative zone as was recorded by major economies and even emerging economies. Now, what's the outlook for agricultural prices? First, for grains, the supply shortage due to dry weather and stockpiling and global demands will buoy grain prices. So that's something to take note of, the stockpiling, and of course the effect it will have on grain prices. And then for the soft side, sugar, the lower exports from India is going to keep prices high. So all those that like sugar, you would have to take note of that. And then when you look at cocoa is one of the big commodities that has really contributed to revenue. Talk about Cote d'Ivoire, talk about Ghana, and Nigeria is also joining the fray to also be very key in that place. But the tensions between cocoa producing nations, like I listed, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Nigeria, will have a disruptive effect on supply, which will lead to high prices again. So that's something to watch in terms of the highlights as it affects the commodities prices. All this coming from FDC, Financial Derivatives Company, a leading financial analyst group and research group in the country that provides robust analysis on the commodity space. So you can get all that on ProShare, Nigeria's leading financial information hub, anytime you log on to the site. Talk about innovation. 2020 has been one year that has led to market innovation as never felt before across all boards. And FX Commodities Exchange has not been left behind in showing that it develops platforms that are up to date, that are not just contemporary, but provide that very high level innovation. So the FX Commodities Exchange Limited, Nigeria's leading private commodity exchange company, has launched the Fair Trade ETC, Exchange Traded Commodity, the first ETC product listed on the exchange in Nigeria. The Fair Trade ETC was launched alongside a series of innovations, as well as the upgraded digital trading platform, COMEX. For those of our viewers, remember that recently we had an interview with the business development head for FX, Mr. Yusuf Oguntola, where he talked about COMEX and what it's been doing. Interesting. The app will enable Nigerians to invest in the commodities market seamlessly from their mobile device. Think about it. The millennials and Gen Zs, you like that. You use your mobile device to trade with the exchange traded commodity. Now, the Fair Trade ETC was launched, like I said, alongside a series of innovations and upgraded COMEX. And this app is going to really help in improving the seamless operations for those that are trading on that platform. The Chief Executive Officer of FX Commodities Exchange, Mr. Yodeji Balogun, disclosed this recently, said the launch will cushion the burden of Nigerians as the country slumped into a second recession in 4 years. According to Balogun, the Fair Trade ETC is a commodity bundle containing soybean, maize, and sorghum in one contract. This enables investors to buy and trade commodities like shares, as well as enjoy a return on investment with lower risk. Investors, according to him, can invest in a unit of Fair Trade ETC and earn cumulative returns on the 3 commodities in the product. Speaking for it, says we've developed the exchange traded commodity product because we want to create a marketplace where investors of different investment risk appetite can participate in the commodities market through COMEX. Speaking further, he said investors can invest in a unit of the Fair Trade ETC and earn cumulative returns on the 3 commodities in the product. We developed the exchange traded commodity product because we want to create a marketplace where investors of different investment risk appetite can participate in the commodities market through COMEX. FX is committed to creating access to the Nigerian commodity sector for potential investors and smallholder farmers, he said. Adding to this statement, he said trading to the new version of the digital commodity trading platform, COMEX, will lower many of the barriers that prevented some investors from investing in commodities, including market education, transaction cost, operational risk, and product availability. In addition to the newly listed Fair Trade ETC, COMEX also offers spot contracts on its platform, providing more options for investors to diversify their investment portfolio. COMEX will be an invaluable tool for institutional and retail investors, he says, brokers as well as smallholder farmers who benefit from the finance unlocked to the Nigerian capital markets. In addition to the Fair Trade ETC product, new features on the COMEX include trade insights, improved user and social experience, and an enhanced personalized guide. This latest version of the app also provides learning Moodle features that educate users about the fundamentals of various commodities and the procedures involved in trading on the platform. FX securitized commodities listed on the exchange are regulated by the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. So you can call it a year of innovation. Amidst the pandemic, amidst all the challenges, all the key market players understood that they had to continue to innovate, leverage technology, and boost services. And this is what FX has joined the other counterparts in doing. Paid trade, exchange-traded commodity, through the mobile app, seamless operations for you, trading on some of the agri-commodities like maize and sorghum, which is a very interesting development, maize, sorghum, and soybean. The same applies to the COMEX platform, which is very digitized and a new way of trading and getting insights and return on investment. So my advice, particularly to millennials and the Gen Zs, is shrug off the apathy that you have on the markets and look at how you can explore this opportunity in the commodity space, because technology is what you align to, and you have to embrace this opportunity of divesting your portfolio. So, like I said, a year of innovation for the markets in Nigeria. Let's get on to the apex regulator of the Nigerian capital market, the Securities and Exchange Commission, making a very bold statement about the commodities ecosystem. They've called for collaboration, this time with the Standards Organization of Nigeria. They want a speedy approval and publication of standards relevant to the commodities trading ecosystem. This was part of the statements of the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Ms. Dr. Lamido Yuguda, during a meeting with the management of the SON yesterday in Abuja. Yuguda said the Commission, as part of its implementation of the 10-year Capital Market Master Plan, constituted a technical committee on commodities trading. This commodities trading is to help the ecosystem and also identify the challenges of the existing framework and develop a roadmap for the vibrant commodities framework and its network. According to him, a committee comprising of various stakeholders, including the SON, was set up to drive the implementation of the report. One of the recommendations in the report identified development of grading and standardization system in line with international best practices. Yuguda stated that it is globally recognized that a unique feature of a commodities exchange is the standardization of the commodities traded on the platform. However, the determination of these grades and standards is dependent on approved local standards, which should take into cognizance internationally accepted standards. Imbibing international standards for export commodities cannot be compromised if the exchanges have to play a pivotal role in export promotion. The SEC board said, in recognition of the fact that the statutory responsibility of the standard setting in Nigeria lies with the SON, the Commission, on behalf of all stakeholders, seeks to partner with the SON. This, he said, is with a view to ensuring the expedited approval and publication of standards for commodities in the ecosystem, expressing the conviction that the establishment of the relevant standards will be transformational for the Nigerian commodities trading ecosystem. For Yuguda, standards provide consumers with an assurance of fitness of purpose, processors with commodity specifications, and serves as reference point against which features of commodities can be compared. Other benefits include increase in value to smallholder farmers due to premium paid on high-quality commodities, reduction of post-harvest losses due to standard post-harvest handling, packaging, and storage, as well as increased employment opportunities through the setup of warehouse and assaying companies to provide quality assurance services. Speaking further, he said more benefits include global acceptance of commodities produced in Nigeria for export, leading to increased foreign earnings, increase in number of processing plants in Nigeria due to better quality of raw materials, and overall the development of the Nigerian economy. The SEC DG added that the Commission is committed to mobilizing relevant stakeholders in the commodities trading ecosystem to provide the support needed by SON to achieve the approval and publication of the commodity standards, adding, standard setting is a project of national importance, and SEC, along with other stakeholders, will work with the SON in the achievement of the objective and, by extension, national food security and self-sufficiency. Also speaking at the fora, the Director General of the SON, Malam Farouk Salim, said SON is excited to collaborate with SEC as it seeks to develop the capital market in Nigeria and the Nigerian economy at large. Salim assured that the SON is willing to work with the SEC to ensure that the country is able to export commodities of high standards and attract much-needed foreign exchange to the market. He said, "We are committed to helping our people, especially the farmers, and support them to attain food sufficiency. If there is standardization, the banks will be willing to finance the farmers, and the commodities can be exported for the much-needed foreign exchange to boost the economy." Speaking further, he said, "We need to restore our pride as a nation. If our amenities are up to standard, we will not import many of the things we currently import and thereby boost our economy. Our farmers will be happy to produce because they know they will earn good income from what they do." He solicited for the support of the business community, farmers, IT specialists, as well as the media to pool resources together and make a difference in the commodities trading ecosystem. And as we begin to ramp up for this edition, it's very important that collaboration is taken seriously in the ecosystem for the commodities. And this is where policy, financing, infrastructure, and of course, the enabling business environment all work together to ensure that the commodities ecosystem is strengthened in Nigeria and is globally competitive. Let's first take quickly the policy side. The policy side is that from the government, fiscal policy in terms of agro policy, solid minerals, and even the petroleums and the petrochemical, it is very important that the commodities, the development of viable commodities are given top priority by these ministries, and they align with developing ecosystem in the country. So it is very important. And we also add the Ministry of Digital Communication because of the role it plays in ICT in helping to deepen the system. Then, from policy, we now move on to the importance of regulation. Like we just see, the Securities and Exchange Commission is working on standardization, which is a very good thing. We want to see more enabling regulations for the commodities ecosystem. We've seen a lot happen this year, and more can happen in that regard in terms of supporting activities of the exchange players, the privates, and of course, the activities in this space. We need to see collaboration amongst the players or stakeholders in the industry, particularly the FX Commodities Exchange, which is the most active now, and of course the Nigerian Commodities Exchange, and the planned Lagos Commodities Exchange from the Association of Securities and Houses of Nigeria. It's very important that all these layers work together to deepen the ecosystem, not working in silos, because I believe that as they work together, they'll be able to achieve great impact. There's also the need for effective collaboration because of financing. The Central Bank of Nigeria is doing a lot in terms of interventions, but beyond that, with a very clear collaboration, we can see more investments even from private equity funds and other critical funds, capital, that can help particularly support the value chains that help the commodities ecosystem, like storage and logistics. We need to see more investments in those areas, and this is why collaboration is very, very important. And lastly, the most important aspect of all this is that there is a very robust infrastructure that supports all the activities in the commodities ecosystem. So the linkage routes, the effective rail system, and the effective storage system, as earlier stated, alongside the warehousing. All these infrastructures are very key across the country to encourage the commodities market and cost from the agric to the crude oil to solid minerals. All this very, very important components of commodities need to be encouraged with the right infrastructure to ensure that we are also creating a valuable ecosystem in the commodities trading that will make us competitive globally and deepen our capital markets, creating wealth for Nigerians and also boosting our economy. And that will be all for today's edition of the Market Review. You can visit our website, www.prochange.com, to watch our videos, read our news stories, and reports and analysis. Send your views and comments on what you think about collaboration in deepening the Nigerian commodities trading ecosystem to news@prochange.com. We would like to read them and will respond to you and acknowledge you appropriately. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe.